What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm D.Knight, and let's get this division crown.
Cause it's game time and I'm ready. Game time and I'm ready. Yeah, it's game time and I'm ready. Game time and I'm ready. Can't stop my hustle. No, you can't stop my shine. I ain't come to make no friends. I just came to get what's mine.
And we are back with the Dolphins franchise rebuild in Madden 20. So last episode, we were able to regain first place away from the Patriots. But as you can see, it's very, very convoluted. Each team is in the playoff hunt. We actually have the 5th best record in the AFC. That's a little bit scary. But what we're going to do today is get through the rest of the season. I do believe that I'm going to showcase the Week 17 game in New York against the rival Jets, because that's probably where it's going to have to be a win or go home situation. If we win both games, we are in the playoffs. So really the destiny is in our hands if we are able to do it. But with the 28th ranked offense, I'm just kind of shaking my head, not exactly sure where we went wrong. And our defense actually has backed up to being 16th. Now granted, Baker losing Raekwon McMillan for a game last week really hurts our chances. But hopefully we're able to get a win against the 6-8 Bills, who have been struggling of late. Hopefully we can beat them at Hard Rock Stadium and put ourselves in a good opportunity to get into the playoffs. So let's see if we get a victory. And we end up losing in a defensive, just insane freaking game. Nobody could get anything going. The Bills, 233 yards of total offense. The Dolphins, 213 yards of total offense. Josh Allen had 203 yards with 1 touchdown, which was enough to win the game, which was to CD Lamb, who also added 27 yards. Tremaine Edmonds was everywhere for them. 12 tackles, 3 TFLs. Lawrence threw the game's only pick and the only turnover. He had 186 yards. And then Chase Young and Emmanuel Ogbah both had 2.5 sacks apiece. This really puts a damper on our playoff hopes, but we have to continue to fight. We're actually kind of in like the 4th, 5th best record in the AFC. Everybody's just really jammed in there. So we still have an opportunity. We just have to go out and win. So quite a disappointing loss to the Bills. It just does not sit well with me, but we still have a hold on first place with our 7-7-1 record, and then the Patriots, Jets, and Bills all being 7-8. We are all in the playoff hunt as well, not just for the crown, but for the wild card spot as well. So it's very interesting here in Week 17. Obviously, everybody's going to be playing. Jerome Baker is off of the injury report, so he will be starting at middle linebacker, with Raekwon back over at left outside linebacker and Robertson over at right. So hopefully our defense can kind of get another edge up and kind of shut down the Jets. I mean, we need to win. It's that simple. We can't keep relying on losses as we back into the playoffs. But if we're able to get a win against the Jets, we're in. We've done it. We have finally made the playoffs, and we also have a over 500 record. Hopefully this is the week we get it done.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. With that, we head up to MetLife Stadium as we'll hand it over to the two men that'll call the action, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they come in right at 500, looking to get that win to bump them back above 500.
This game means a lot to them because of what you just talked about. When you can bump yourself over 500, it's a lot of optimism in your building as you move forward in the season.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Now they try the right side here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And to give this time to the tailback. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. We get a look now at the defense for the New York Jets. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
Off the play fake. Lawrence going deep here for Parker. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback out of North Carolina State. It's Phillip Rivers.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18.
Contract time.
On 2nd and 12. Rivers. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And we take a look now at the New York offense.
I don't know about you, but I love a good undrafted free agent success story. So let's take a look at Robbie Anderson, wide receiver, because in 2017, 63 catches, 900.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 3rd and long for Rivers. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. 10 at the 38.
Right here.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. Now a short one to Gesicki. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 62 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Complete over the middle to Hardy. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Diminished tracks. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. A big rush, and it's blocked. Jets come after him, and they get him. And they will take possession of the football right around their own 30. An early special teams wake-up call there, their first drive, and they have the punt block.
And obviously they were giving the ball up, but that's not the way it's supposed to conclude. That ball's supposed to be downfield, better field position for your defense to work off of. Instead, you've given up a momentum play, and now you've got the other side excited.
So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Just like that. Just like that. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
180.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So that one will be accepted. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. 34-yard attempt. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and
nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Step 180, round 80. Let's get this, get this. Check 24, check 24.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rivers. That one complete to Anderson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. A check on the numbers receiving for Anderson last week. 4 catches, 58 yards.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
Step 180, block 15. Tight ends Ringo, tight ends on the Ringo, tight ends on the Ringo.
From the gun, Rivers. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Braxton Berrios, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, what?
Some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way.
Loss on the tackle. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now they try the right side here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle. They'll run it now out of the gun. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. And he's got a moonwalk. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 7 of his passes thus far. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Set, 180. 552. Watch the slant, watch the slant.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Rivers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw is Rivers. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He hit his first. Now this from 43. Prater's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0.
Fingers, offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul-searching now. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. And to give this time to the tailback. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
54, right there, 54, Mike.
Off the bootleg, Lawrence. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Off play action, Lawrence. He's got his man, it's Williams. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Lawrence. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. And it's caught by Parker. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Off play action. Lawrence. That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's... And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Second effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
45 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing, Rivers. Got an open man, it's a noon one. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Rivers is going to find his running back. It's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Throwing Rivers. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
190, 390.
To the air again here, Rivers. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. I got 29.
Rivers again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. But now it's 3rd and goal. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to... And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Braxton Berrios in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets will extend their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive. And so we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. A field goal, the difference. 17-14, the final. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they lead the visiting Arizona Cardinals at halftime. Kiki Cutie, 2 touchdown catches in that first half alone. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were losers in that one to the visiting L.A. Chargers. A 3-touchdown differential in the end, 35-14, the final. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team. Brandon Godden.
Attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now as we look down, it appears we've got a jet shaking up on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Operating from the gun, Rivers. Found his target, it's Anderson. 14 yards is the pickup there and a jet first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They'll keep it on the ground. Corbin. And that play is blown up. Losing yardage back at the 35. Direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. From the gun. Rivers. Throw complete to Herndon. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion.
And you know, at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10.
Start out, that leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Yeah, this is caught. It's Parker. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Off the play fake, Lawrence. Well, this is caught by Williams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 10.
Check.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Let's go. 70, Indy. We got three, fellas, we got 3. 5.
On second down, Laird. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Back to throw, Lawrence. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. Unit. This will be from 49 yards out. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10.
No benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But stop. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic.
On 2nd and 9. Rivers. Herndon's got it complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Here's Rivers. And able to connect with Berrios. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
I'm coming after you.
Rivers now from the 50. And that will be incomplete.
Makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense.
Right back to him on first down. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Lawrence. It's hauled in by Hardy. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Lawrence. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 24-yard line. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Set, ready? 10 Lobo. 54 Mike. Let's go, let's go. Down.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Got it. Put up. Mike 5-4. Got 1. 6 guard. Check 6 guard. Let's go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I know you felt that one. Hey. 5.
To throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. That's complete right around the 8. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun. Lawrence. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Spot here from the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13.
Again, this team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The Jets on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And it's caught by Herndon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Play action now, Rivers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Off the play fake here, Rivers. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
You see me? They can't
In the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Rivers now. Now he's going to send this one deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Well run, and the putback right on the money.
And to give this time to the tailback. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now Rivers. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. In a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be?
After a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league.
Third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. 4th down. On 4th down, Lawrence. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And the Jets set to take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. From the gun, Rivers. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, Rivers. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
So the Dolphins now down 20-13, a minute 55 remaining. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Back to throw. Now a short one to Gesicki. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. He's back to throw. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll look to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
15 line.
Off play action. Lawrence. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 15-yard line. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for the Jets, it will wind up a .500 season as the win means they'll finish right at 8-8. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, the loss is number 8 for them on the year. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Man, this team is just so frustrating as we end up losing to our rival Jets 20-13. We had our opportunities in the second half as our defense really picked it up, put the game in our offense's hands, and we, again, couldn't score touchdowns for whatever reason. We had 350 yards total offense to their 250. 62 rushing yards to their 59, 288 passing yards to their 191, but we did have a fumble, which ended up maybe being the difference in this 7-point game. I have no idea. Trevor Lawrence, 288 yards, no touchdowns, no picks though. Trey Ragas came in for the injured Whitlow, had 50 yards and a score. Gesicki, 81 yards, and Merlin Robertson actually had a breakout game today. 3 TFLs and a sack. He was pretty much everywhere. It was quite exciting to watch him play. On the other side for the Jets, Phillip Rivers had 218 yards, 2 touchdowns. Those 2 scores going to Braxton Berrios, who also added 79 yards. Travis Etienne was pretty good on the ground with 63 yards. And then DJ Wonnum was the guy who had the forced fumble. That pretty much was the only turnover in the game. What happened to our defense? Why have we not gotten a turnover in like 6 games? I just don't understand exactly what's going on. I'm so frustrated. We won't have a .500 record again this year, and we don't have a division crown, and we might not make the playoffs, but we're not really eliminated quite yet. So tough news, Jatarvius Whitlow has a complete MCL tear, 23 weeks. I'm not sure how that's going to put him on really for next season. I believe that he'll be able to come back, but we are going to put him on IR because, I mean, it frees up a spot if we do end up making the playoffs. But bad news for Whitlow and McFarland as both of our top halfbacks are out, but Ragas will get his opportunity to shine. So before we decide to go see if we ended up making the wild card round or not, we are looking at re-signing players. Emmanuel Agba, I'm not going to. I actually have a different idea. I think we're going to move Wilkins probably to right end, move Chase Young over to left end, or vice versa, and keeping Young at right end. I'm not sure. And then having Lorenzo Neal start at defensive tackle for us with Lima kind of backing him up. But I did want to reach out to Morgan Fox. I do love what he brings. He's asking for 1 year, 3.04 mil. I think I'm actually going to do 2 years, see if he will take this offer. I don't mind having him as a backup. He just needs a better salary, so that's not terrible. And then Tyree Jackson wants 3 years to be our backup. And I think I'm okay with making this fair offer deal. I'm excited. So Tyree Jackson will be back as our backup. Everybody else, if I decide that I want to bring them back, we will probably see them in free agency. So obviously a disappointing end to our season, but we still have an outside chance of making the wild card round as, well, a wild card. So we really have to kind of move on to that. But let's take a look at the upgrades and our final draft board update. Starting the upgrades here with rookie starting quarterback Trevor Lawrence. We're going to go into field general. I just need this guy to stop throwing interceptions. I don't know what it is with the Dolphins and their quarterbacks throwing interceptions. He got +3 on accuracy middle, which isn't too bad. Superstar outside linebacker Raekwon McMillan. We are going to go into pass coverage for him. We need to figure out how to stop the pass. We are having terrible, +3 awareness, that's beautiful. Left tackle Penei Sewell will also get an upgrade. We're going to stick with Agile for now, get him up to that 77 overall. Want him to be around 80 at the start of next season. Starting right outside linebacker Merlin Robertson, we're actually going to go into the power washer archetype, which gets him up to a 75 overall. But I'm really trying to get him as a scheme fit and move him over full-time at right outside linebacker. Backup quarterback Tease Tabor gets an upgrade, and we're going to put it into slot for him. Gets him up to a 73, a decent amount of upgrades for him. That's pretty nice. Backup rookie center Josh Myers gets an upgrade. We're going to go into Agile. Doesn't move him up in overall, but he might be taking over for Ben Jones next season. Rookie kicker Jet Toner will get an upgrade, and we're going to go into power. Get him a little bit more leg, but his accuracy is at 85, and he gets +3 awareness, no power at all. Thanks, game. Backup wide receiver AGG also gets an upgrade here. We're going to spend it in the physical archetype. Get him up to a 71 overall. He's nipping at the heels of Preston Williams. Third string center Creed Humphrey will get an upgrade here. We're going to go into Agile, get him into the yellow, get out of that orange business. Rookie corner Jaquan Amos, we're going to go into slot. Does boost him up to a 68 overall, and we're getting closer to the scheme fit. Defensive tackle Ray Lima gets an upgrade, and we're going to go into run stopper for him, get him up to a 68 overall. Again, the magic number is 75 for me. Fourth string tight end Trey McKitty, we are going to go into possession, try to get him up to probably that 75 overall if we can while we have him. Not too bad on the upgrades, a decent amount. Backup quarterback Tyree Jackson, we're going to go into field general. Does boost him up to a 66 overall. I do think we are going to re-sign him here soon. Jalen Thompson continues to truck and get better. We're going to put him into slot, get him up to a 65 overall, and +2 awareness and tackle. That's nice. Now it is time to look at the final update of our draft board. Tell you the truth, I couldn't really find much in this draft. I mean, a couple here, a couple there, but let's spotlight a couple of areas in need that we're thinking. Starting here with junior free safety Arsenio Shea, 5'11", 208 pounds, 22-year-old out of Michigan. Archetype is zone. Yes, he's a free safety. I kind of found him while we were doing the strong safety look. Top skills, pursuit, zone coverage, hit power, late third round projection, talent, late first rounder. He had 52 tackles, 3 TFLs, 4 picks, 3 forced fumbles. This guy was an absolute beast. Yeah, he doesn't fit our archetype, but I love the way that he plays. Trying to find some talent to take over for Emmanuel Agba, we did run across junior right end Dallas Norman, 6 foot, 248 pound, 21-year-old, whose archetype is speed rusher, pursuit, hit power, finesse moves are his top skills. His projected early 3rd round talent is mid 2nd round, 58 tackles, 24 TFLs, 6.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble. This guy was an absolute animal for Virginia. He was always getting in the way. I think he could have actually had more sacks, but they kind of used him more of stopping the run than actually having him rush. Backup quarterback is a need, however, there isn't really a strong QB class this year, but the one that actually kind of struck my interest was junior quarterback Rocco Barkley, 6'4", 238 pounds, 21-year-old out of Western Kentucky. His archetype is strong arm, so his top skills: throw power, accuracy middle, accuracy short, so he's relatively accurate. He is a mid 4th round projected. Talent is early 5th round. But if he starts sliding into the 5th round, I wouldn't mind taking this guy. At Western Kentucky this year, a very bad Western Kentucky team, I might add. 2,700 yards, 22 touchdowns, 6 picks, but here's the kicker: 612 yards rushing and 3 rushing touchdowns. Strong arm, scrambler, I love it. And the one tight end that I actually liked looking at is senior tight end Chandler Gore, 6'5", 273 pound senior out of Idaho State. Archetype is possession, top skills, catching, spec catch, short route, exactly what you need at a tight end. Projected late 5th round, talent is late 3rd round, 52 catches, 610 yards, 5 touchdowns. This guy is an absolute beast. He has the height. He's actually probably a little bit more kind of in the blocking type with his weight, but he's a guy that can actually catch the ball. I really enjoyed watching him play at Idaho State, and you know how I love small town guys. Now with that all said and done, let's advance over to Wild Card Weekend. Cross your fingers. Hopefully we are in, and hopefully we got some help. We really need this playoff push. If not, I don't really know what we're going to do with this cursed Dolphins team. And it doesn't look like we have a game. So we were bounced again from the playoffs. We couldn't finish up strong. Absolute terrible ending to our season. It blows my mind how good we could have been, but how poorly we played against bad teams. We weren't able to win our last 3 games against teams with sub 500 records. We ended up just not getting it done. We did finish in 2nd place, so the Patriots and Bills also did not reach the playoffs. So the AFC East has a lot of questions to answer, but that's where we're going to end this episode. When we come back, we will get through the playoffs and we will actually jump into the off season. I am looking to make a splash. I am no longer okay with sub 500 teams. We are going to go all in. We're going to spend every dime that we have. Hopefully we're able to grab as many good players as we possibly can and actually bring a division crown or at least a playoff run into this series. But thanks again for watching, and as always, stay frosty, and I'll see you in the next episode. D.Knight out.
They thought it was a game till I came back with that win overtime. I've been working now.